What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Lord doesn't like reviews, and I watched the movie Lake Placid 2 with the tagline, "You never know what bit you." You know, it was a bit too bad, there was no Betty White, rest in peace, in this movie. Oh, just from 2007. Oh. 8 years after the original one. Let's start with the movie, shall we? We're flying over the water and we see the trees. Trees at the water side, and we're now in the water. We see some branches, and when we're coming up again, we see a rubber boat. On there are two lads, and we hear the one talking, well, a bit more complaining to the other. But oh yeah, I heard that it was how many people were killed on this lake. I've heard about that. Then we see them, and the one that made the complaining pants is doing some samples with the water, and the other one is reading newspapers, a magazine or something. Sitting back, he's just reading. And the one with his complaint pants, he had a kind of a test tube and with some water in, and he put something in there and it became purple. The other, the reader said, "Let's get out of here." So they, do a whole dance on the boat, just to get to switch places, So the reader, he sits down. No, he doesn't sit down reading, but he sits down with the steering wheel. And the Mr. Complaint band he asked something, and the other one, the reader, he answered, but he was, leaning a bit overboard. And before you know it, it was, and he was gone. He was dragged overboard. Gone. I'm gonna leave that, because if you want to know what's gonna happen next, watch the movie yourself. In the last movie, we had, at the end, Barry White was sitting there, and there were some little crocodile babies, swimming. And apparently, in this movie, we didn't have one crocodile or two. No, we had fucking 4. Yay! They also used CGI and some animatronics for the crocodiles in this movie. Mostly CGI, and here and there, just maybe twice or thrice, we got some animatronic. And I don't get this thing that they also said in the last movie. Is it a bear? And then he followed up with, is it a mountain lion? It was probably a bear or a mountain lion. In the lake? As far as I know, they don't live mostly in the lake. Yes, they maybe swim across, but they don't attack people in a fucking lake. So, just like in the last movie, they also thought, oh yeah, it must be a bear, the tooth, oh yeah, it must be a bear. Why the fuck would it be a bear on the water in a lake? Except for it if it's dead. But otherwise, or going for fish, swimming for fish. But why would it be underwater in a lake attacking people? And with some logic, it wouldn't make sense. But there's probably a movie out there that's underwater bear or something like that. Hmm. Well, no. That would be a very bad movie, but it has potential. Because Man by Pig doesn't also make sense, from the movie Prophecy. Like I said, it has potential, A bear that attacks people while it's living underwater or something like that, It's possible. Maybe not. The movie is possible. It's maybe not plausible, but there are more movies, that are not possible. So hey, that's why it's a fucking movie, It's mostly fiction. That said, this movie was not as good as the first one, but it was not bad. It was not bad. I can't give it a 4 out of 5, but I think that high 3, low 4 is too low. So I will give it a 3.75 because this movie was a pretty decent movie. So go watch this movie yourself after you watch the first one. But what I also didn't get is, why didn't anybody know about the previous crocodile? Because yes, it's rumors and a crazy lady. Apparently, the crazy lady this time was the sister of, the character played the sister of Betty White's character. But but why didn't anybody know about the previous crocodile? That there was a previous crocodile all the attacks. You're the sheriff of the town. Shouldn't you know about it? Yes, it was not the same sheriff as the last one, but as a new sheriff, shouldn't you know about a bit of the history of your town, what you can working in, a bit of the major things that happened, like a fucking crocodile attack. Oh, not a crocodile attack, it's Maine. So, especially a major, massive fucking crocodile, shouldn't you know about that then, I know it's not, apparently they said it didn't came in the news, it did came in the news, which was also kind of weird because, the news would be on there like shits on flies on shit, So, because there's some stupid news things out there, like Johan Derksen, which is Dutch guy, TV guy, Johan Derksen, dog dies. That was her news article. Everybody's dog dies. It's not newsworthy, but just because he's a TV person, a person from TV, it's suddenly newsworthy. It would be the same for, Obama eats steak. Yeah, so what? So many people in the world eat steak. What? Just because he was a former president, it's suddenly newsworthy. No, that's not news. It's just what he has for dinner. Or as a snack, because he likes it. I don't know if he likes steak, but just, let's say he does like it, that's not newsworthy. Just like what I said, Jan Dexter, dog dies. That's not news. So why wasn't this, from the first movie, why wasn't that in the news, in that world, why wasn't that on the news? That doesn't make sense for me. But I'm gonna leave that. Leave likes, recommend a good crocodile movie down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, come join the Discord. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Lake Placid. Free. Bye.